Friday afternoon. It's Mike Bowen, USA Triathlon Rules Ambassador for the Southeast region, and I just want to continue on through the data and expectations train of thought that I've been talking about over the last couple of weeks here. And this afternoon I want to focus on a few of the general conduct rules, the 3.4 race conduct rules in USAT Competition Rule 3.4. And I'm just going to go over the first four that are in the 3.4 here real quick. First one is the 3.4 alpha, which is entire course. And rule basically says that it's the responsibility of the participant to know and follow and complete all segments of the course and the event in its entirety, and to make sure that you read all the supplied information that's provided in the event materials, all right? And any violation of knowing and following the entire course, even if no advantage is gained, shall result in a variable time penalty unless the head referee thinks that the violation was substantial or gave you an unfair advantage or caused some sort of endangerment. In the event that the head referee makes that determination, they can disqualify you. Okay. If you are delayed on the course by, let's say, traffic, an accident on course, trains, weather, straying off course, whatever have you, these things cannot be mitigated by adjustment. So remember that the head referee can add time, but they cannot take time away. All right. Short, sweet, to the point there. Okay. 3.4 Bravo. Unsportsmanlike conduct. All right, we talked last week about, being righteous to each other and not being a jerk and not engaging in verbal or physical abuse. Okay, so it's not acceptable, it's not tolerated. So the rule says that participants shall refrain from unsportsmanlike conduct at all times while at the event during competition. All right, so that includes abusive language, violent acts, intentional misconduct, or any intimidating behavior directed toward a participant, an official, event staff, volunteer, or spectator. Okay, and that's a disqualification. We talk about intentional misconduct. I've run into an athlete who literally left transition on the bike course without having his chin strap on his helmet buckled, and literally looked at me as I was standing at the entrance of the bike course and waved his hands in the air and shouted, and yelled at me. And I mean, this was an intentional situation. So it was either he was going to get a disqualification for not having his chin strap buckled on the bike course, or he was going to get it because it was an intentional act of violating the rule. Thank you. It took a second for me to think of what I was going to say there. Okay. 3.4C, obstruction. So, once again, kind of that being righteous to each other, thinking about, it's not all about you kind of thing. Participants should refrain from intentionally or accidentally blocking, charging, obstructing, or interfering with the forward progress of another participant. And this is a variable time penalty. All right? So, once again, it's not all about you. Be righteous to each other. And 3.4 Delta. This is probably one of the most benign 3.4 penalties that can be written up. No participant shall accept assistance from any person other than event personnel, including volunteers. You can get nutrition, drinks, mechanical, medical assistance. Okay, if somebody tells you about your progress or somebody else's progress, or how fast you're going, or how fast somebody else is going, or where they're at on the race course, that's not unauthorized assistance, and you receiving that information from somebody is not unauthorized, all right? If somebody who is not a participant in the race comes along with you on the bicycle or the run course, that's prohibited. And that's a variable time penalty. Okay. Right now we're using what is known as warn and amend for these 3.4 Delta, specifically for pacing situations, is to warn the athlete, hey, somebody's pacing you, this is against the rules, please stop. so that you have the opportunity to tell that person, it's like, okay, you can't be running with me. And if you don't remedy the situation, then it's a variable time penalty, all right? Also, you can't physically assist the forward progress of another participant on any part of the course. If you've seen in the news a couple of years ago where Alistair and Jonathan Brownlee down in Cancun, Mexico, and one of the Brownlee brothers was about ready to pass out and fall down on the course, and the other brother just kind of wrapped his arm around him and brought him helped bring him across the finish line, the last few yards across the finish line. That sort of physical assist is not allowed in any level of triathlon whatsoever, all right? That's a disqualification for both folks, okay? And once again, a little bit confusing. We'll talk a little bit more in the next couple of weeks about some more of the 3.4 rules and, expectations of USAT for your behavior, okay? You have yourself a fantastic day and weekend, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.